Imagine, you're on a warm tropical island. You take a dip in the cool water. You're having the time of your life when you feel something sting you. And suddenly, you only have under a minute to live? It doesn't sound like the best vacation, does it? You didn't even see it coming. You still can't see what stung you because these venomous jellyfish are almost transparent. Don't worry, we're here to help. Today, we're talking about some of the most venomous jellyfish in the world and how you can avoid them. Stay tuned. It might actually save your life. First up, the Portuguese man of war. The name doesn't spark any comfort, does it? These jellyfish are mainly found in the Pacific and Indian Oceans, but have been spotted throughout the world, and even up as far north as Scotland. Don't let the vibrant colors and docile appearance fool you, though. These species has its name for a reason. Every single part of its body contains venom, and its sting can be as painful as that of 100 bees at once. Not a fun time for anyone involved. What's worse is that you don't just have to watch out for these species in the water, because they can sometimes be found lounging around on beaches as well. They also are very likely to be found sticking to seaweed, which is just another reason why you should avoid that too. The good news is that while its venom can be fatal, it's not even close to one of the jellyfish we'll talk about later, which can kill you in seconds. There are about 10,000 stings every year in Australia alone. You'll be left with a painful, raised whip-like welt which can last for days. In most cases, this is the worst that's going to happen. In 2018, 204 beachgoers in Florida were treated for stings and experienced muscle cramps, elevated heart rates, and vomiting. Luckily, they all got medical attention and survived. But just because the chances of being killed by the man-o-war are slim, doesn't mean you should go around touching one. Because some people aren't so lucky. In severe cases, you may experience fever, shock, along with heart and lungs failing to function. Back in 1987, a Florida citizen faced the full force of the man-o-war sting and ended up dying from a full cardiovascular collapse. More recently, a woman swimming off of Sardinia was stung by one and died of an anaphylactic shock. If you do happen to get stung, trying the common myths of using urine, baking soda, or fresh water might actually aggravate the sting even more. Don't believe everything you see on a TV series like Friends.
Oh damn, the jellyfish!
You're gonna have to pee on it.
Vinegar, on the other hand, works great if you can't find medical attention. However, the man-o-war is pretty much the only jellyfish on the list that will give you enough time to try home remedies before looking for a doctor. Other species like the irukundji jellyfish might not let you be so lucky. Can you believe something the size of your fingernail can kill you? Calling the irukundji jellyfish small would be an understatement, but it's one of the deadliest creatures on the planet. The body of the members of this species grow to be about 0.2 inches. This small size and its nearly transparent body mean that you'll never spot it until it's too late. In most cases, you'll feel the burn without seeing your attacker. Because the irukundji jellyfish doesn't play around when it comes to its venomous sting, its toxins are estimated to be 100 times stronger than that of a cobra, making it arguably the most venomous creature on the planet. And if that wasn't terrifying enough, it can fire stings from both its bell and 4-inch long tentacles. The bad news is that if you get stung multiple times, there's almost no chance of survival. The good news, if you can call it that, is that a single sting is usually treatable with swift medical attention. The venom is slow acting and stays in the bloodstream for some time before it shows any effect. If you're stung by them, you have a chance to make it to the doctor, but you'll have to do so immediately. But even if you survive, it won't be a fun memory. A sting from this jellyfish produces something called the irukundji syndrome. The victim feels severe pain like their skin is burning off, nausea, vomiting, excruciating stomach cramps, and cardiac problems. But as bad as these symptoms are, they will soon feel like the least of your worries. The venom causes a strange psychological symptom that causes the victim to feel a sense of impending doom. Soon after being stung, they start begging the people around them to kill them just to get rid of the feeling. Hopefully, if someone gets stung, there's plenty of pain medication to go around. The irukundji jellyfish usually makes its home in warm coastal and reef waters. Before, they were only found in the United States and Australia, but sightings in Japan, Thailand, and even Britain have led to the concern over the possible global spread of the irukundji. Snorkelers and scuba divers have to be especially careful. About 2 years ago, an American businessman named Robert King died from a brain hemorrhage because he was stung while snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. This was the second death in Australia at the hands of this species, but the number is likely a lot higher, since we've only just begun learning what this jellyfish can do. Experts believe that many of the attacks from the irukundji go undiagnosed. Who knows how many people suffering heart attacks or strokes died because of a sting from the irukundji? After all, the jellyfish was only discovered about 50 years ago. Maybe staying away from areas with any jellyfish sightings is the best bet, especially since we haven't even gotten to the sea wasp box jellyfish. Called box jellyfish because of its shape of their bodies, the sea wasp subspecies are venomous enough to kill you in a matter of minutes, and sometimes not even that. Each of these killing machines has tentacles that extend up to 15 feet in length, and on each of these tentacles, there are about 500,000 darts. A single dart is enough to kill up to 60 people. You can do the math yourself, but it doesn't look very promising. Just like the irukundji, this box jellyfish is nearly invisible, making them almost impossible to spot. On top of that, just like the man-o-war, it likes to hunt during the day and stay in shallower waters, making it even more likely to run into someone just enjoying the beach. Meaning it combines pretty much the worst of both worlds. And yes, you heard that correctly. The sea wasp hunts for prey in the shallow waters. Unlike most other jellyfish, which cannot swim and are stationary except for currents pulling them along, the sea wasp can swim to the height of about 4 knots per hour. They also have eyes. If a sea wasp decides it doesn't like you, your chances of survival are close to zero. They inject their venom under the skin where it quickly makes its way to the bloodstream and eventually to the heart. If you get stung by this jellyfish, you can count your seconds. Chances are the pain will kill you even before the venom does. Even if you survive the pain and somehow manage not to drown, you'll very likely be facing paralysis and cardiac arrest in a matter of minutes. In the rare case that someone survives, they're left in excruciating pain for weeks. Since 1954, this species has been responsible for a recorded 5,568 deaths, but just like the irukundji, the actual number is probably much higher. 63 of these deaths have been in Australia over the last 20 years because where else would you find such a creature except for Australia? Other than that, about 100 people a year die in Southeast Asia. If you want to avoid the sea wasp completely, apart from North Australia, they're found in New Guinea as well as throughout the Indo-Pacific Ocean. But don't worry, most of the time, places where these stingers are found are protected using sea nets. The sea wasps are too big to pass through these. Of course, these nets will not stop the irukundji. As it turns out, humans aren't the only ones who enjoy temperate coastal waters. It's right where the sea wasps make their homes as well. All these deadly jellyfish are found in waters that double as popular vacation spots, and being stung by them will be extremely painful, even if it doesn't kill you. If you're ever in areas with jellyfish, you should always wear some protective clothing. Because even if most jellyfish stings apart from these few species won't be fatal, they sure do hurt.